Welcome to Farming Aid. When you think of power in agriculture, most people picture machines. But long before tractors dominated the land, it was giant livestock that truly defined farming strength, efficiency, and scale. In this video, we dive deep into the top 10 giant livestock ever developed on Earth that redefined farming power, uncovering the massive cattle, horses, pigs, and other animals that transformed how food was produced across continents. These animals were not just big, they were game changers. They plowed tougher soils, carried heavier loads, produced more meat and milk, and helped farmers expand beyond limits that once seemed impossible. If you are passionate about farming, livestock innovation, or sustainable agriculture, this is a story you cannot afford to miss. Stay with us as we explore how size, strength, and smart breeding created the most powerful animals in farming history, and how their legacy is still shaping modern agriculture today. One of the most iconic examples is the Chianina cattle, a breed that traces its roots back to ancient Italy. Towering over most other cattle, Chianina bulls can exceed 1.8 meters at the shoulder and weigh well over 1,500 kilograms. Historically, they were not raised primarily for beef, but for draft work. Their size allowed them to pull heavy plows through dense soils that smaller animals simply could not manage. Over time, as mechanization replaced animal labor, Chianina transitioned into a premium beef breed, known for producing the famous bistecca alla Fiorentina. What makes them remarkable is not just their size, but how that size once powered entire agricultural systems in central Italy. Moving west, the Belgian Blue cattle represent a different kind of gigantism, one shaped by modern genetic selection. Unlike traditional large breeds, Belgian Blues are famous for their extreme muscularity, often described as double muscling. This condition results from a natural mutation that limits muscle growth inhibition, allowing the animals to develop extraordinary muscle mass. The result is a visually striking animal that looks almost sculpted. For farmers, this translates into exceptionally high meat yield. While they may not have been draft animals like Chianina, their sheer bulk redefined efficiency in beef production, showing how size could be engineered for output rather than labor. In the United Kingdom, the Shire horse stands as one of the largest horse breeds ever developed. These horses can exceed 1,000 kilograms and stand taller than most humans even at the shoulder. Before tractors, Shires were the backbone of heavy farming operations, pulling plows, hauling wagons, and transporting goods across long distances. Their calm temperament combined with immense strength made them indispensable. The scale of work they could handle allowed farmers to expand cultivated land and move larger loads, effectively increasing farm productivity without increasing human labor. Even today, their legacy lives on as symbols of agricultural power and endurance. Equally impressive is the South Devon cattle, one of the largest native British beef breeds. Known for their deep bodies and heavy muscling, these cattle were historically dual-purpose, used both for milk and meat, and occasionally for draft work. Their size allowed them to thrive in challenging pasture conditions while still delivering substantial yields. South Devons demonstrated that large size could coexist with adaptability, a crucial factor for farmers working in variable climates. They helped set a precedent for breeding animals that were not just big, but also resilient and efficient. In South Asia, the Gur cattle breed offers a different perspective on livestock gigantism. While not as tall as European giants, Gur cattle are massive in terms of body capacity and endurance. Originating from India, they are known for their strong frames, high milk production, and ability to withstand heat and disease. Their size is functional rather than purely visual, allowing them to maintain productivity in harsh tropical conditions. Gur cattle have influenced dairy farming globally, especially through their contribution to the development of heat-tolerant dairy hybrids. Their impact shows that being a giant is not only about height or weight, but about overall capacity and durability. Another standout in the world of massive livestock is the Brahman cattle, developed in the United States from Indian Zebu breeds. Brahmans are large, with distinctive humps and loose skin that help them regulate heat. They can weigh over 1,000 kilograms and are known for their longevity and resistance to parasites. Their size, combined with their adaptability, allowed farmers in hot climates to maintain large-scale beef operations where European breeds struggled. Brahman cattle redefined farming power by making it possible to raise large animals in environments that were previously considered unsuitable. In the world of sheep, the Lincoln Longwool stands out as one of the largest breeds ever developed. These sheep are not only tall, but also carry heavy fleeces that can weigh several kilograms each. Historically, their size and wool production made them highly valuable in textile-driven agricultural economies. Farmers could rely on fewer animals to produce larger quantities of wool, reducing management costs while increasing output. The Lincoln Longwool demonstrates how size can amplify productivity in ways that go beyond meat or labor. Turning to pigs, the large white breed, also known as the Yorkshire pig, has become one of the most influential large pig breeds in the world. While modern commercial pigs vary in size, the large white set the standard for combining body mass with reproductive efficiency. These pigs grow quickly, reach substantial weights, and produce large litters. Their size contributes directly to meat yield, making them a cornerstone of global pork production. The breed's influence extends far beyond its origin, shaping pig farming practices across continents. Water buffalo, particularly the Murrah breed from India, represent another category of giant livestock that has transformed agriculture. Murrah buffaloes are massive, with strong builds and high milk production capacity. They are especially valued in regions where dairy is a primary source of nutrition and income. Their size allows them to produce large quantities of rich milk, while also being capable of performing draft work in wet, muddy fields where tractors struggle. In rice farming systems, their strength and adaptability have been essential, making them a cornerstone of agricultural productivity in many parts of Asia. The Percheron horse, originating from France, is another giant that redefined farming power. Known for their muscular build and impressive size, Percherons were widely used for plowing, hauling, and transportation. Unlike some other draft breeds, they combine strength with agility, allowing them to work efficiently over long hours. Their contribution to agriculture during the pre-industrial era cannot be overstated. They enabled farmers to cultivate larger areas of land and transport goods more efficiently, effectively scaling up agricultural operations. Clydesdale horses, often recognized for their distinctive feathered legs and towering height, also played a major role in agricultural history. Originating in Scotland, these horses were bred for strength and endurance. They were used extensively in farming and transportation, particularly in heavy soil conditions where their power was essential. Beyond their physical capabilities, Clydesdales became cultural icons, symbolizing strength and reliability. Their size was not just functional, but also a statement of agricultural capability. As farming evolved, these giant livestock breeds began to take on new roles. With the advent of mechanization, the need for animal draft power declined, but the importance of size did not disappear. Instead, it shifted toward productivity, efficiency, and adaptability. Large cattle breeds became central to beef production, large dairy animals contributed to higher milk yields, and large pigs improved meat output. The concept of giant livestock evolved from raw physical power to optimized biological performance. What ties all these animals together is not just their size, but the way that size was harnessed to solve real agricultural challenges. Whether it was pulling a plow through heavy soil, producing large quantities of milk, or yielding more meat per animal, these breeds expanded what farmers could achieve. They allowed for scaling up operations, reducing labor, and increasing efficiency long before modern technology took over. There is also an important genetic story behind these giants. Selective breeding, both traditional and modern, played a crucial role in developing these animals. Farmers chose the largest, strongest, and most productive individuals to reproduce, gradually amplifying these traits over generations. In some cases, like the Belgian Blue, Modern genetic understanding accelerated this process. In others, like the Shire horse, centuries of careful breeding created animals that were perfectly suited to their roles. However, size alone is not always an advantage. Larger animals require more feed, more space, and more management. This means that their benefits must outweigh their costs. The success of these giant breeds lies in their ability to convert resources into output efficiently. Whether it is meat, milk, wool, or labor, these animals deliver results that justify their scale. This balance between size and efficiency is what truly defines their impact on farming. In today's world, where sustainability is becoming a central concern, the role of giant livestock is being reevaluated. Farmers are looking for animals that not only produce more, but also do so with fewer resources and lower environmental impact. Some of these giant breeds continue to play a role, especially when combined with modern management practices. Others are being crossbred or adapted to meet new challenges. The legacy of these animals lives on in the genetic foundations of modern livestock. What makes these giant livestock truly fascinating is how they reflect the priorities and challenges of their time. In eras where human labor was limited, strength and size were paramount. In periods of industrial growth, efficiency and yield became more important. Today, adaptability and sustainability are key. Each of these breeds tells a story about how farmers have responded to changing conditions and needs. For anyone involved in agriculture, understanding these giant breeds offers valuable insights. They show what is possible when biology, environment, and human ingenuity come together. They also remind us that farming is not just about technology, but about living systems that can be shaped and improved over time. As we've seen, the story of the top 10 giant livestock ever developed on Earth that redefined farming power is not just about size, it's about impact. From the towering Chianina cattle to the powerhouse Shire horse and the heavily built Belgian Blue cattle, these animals changed the way farmers worked, produced food, and expanded their operations. They proved that with the right breeding, management, and purpose, livestock could become more than just farm animals. They could be the driving force behind entire agricultural systems. Even today, their influence lives on in modern breeds, farming strategies, and the ongoing push for higher productivity and efficiency. As farming continues to evolve, one thing remains clear. Power in agriculture is not only built with machines, but also with the strength, resilience, and genetics of the animals we raise. If you found this insight valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay connected for more deep dives into the world of livestock and smart farming.